First up, let's talk about those Suns and our Sun Scoop. Monday night, the Suns played in Denver against the Nuggets. This was the third preseason game for both teams going into it, and it was a battle. With Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray sitting out for the Nuggets looked to their young role players to get the job done, and they did just that, outscoring the Suns in the fourth quarter 29-24 and winning the game 107-105. And for the Suns, it was a rough night for some of our starters. Devin Booker, he led our team with 20 points, but he was 5 for 17 from the field, and almost half of his points coming from the free throw line as he shot 8 for 8. Chris Paul had a quiet night, going 1 for 4 from the field and 6 points, but he also had 8 assists, which is, we all know it's what he does. Now these are not the numbers we want to see from our stars, as they played the most minutes out of all the rest of the team. Chris Paul played 29, and Devin Booker played 28. Now DeAndre Ayton, he shined with playing 27 minutes. He was 9 for 12 for 19 points and had a double-double with 11 rebounds. Tonight, the Suns will play the Sacramento Kings. This game will tip off at 7 p.m. The Kings will be coming into this game 2-0, having blown out both their 2 first preseason games. And the Suns will be looking to finish the preseason with an even 2-2 record and get ready before the season starts. Now, guys, the Suns are struggling. I mean, I know it's preseason, but when you got Chris Paul, Devin Booker playing the most minutes, your 2 best players playing the most minutes in a preseason game, and that's all they give you, how do you win a game like that?
You can't.
Can't.
And I think 5 for 17 from the field is terrible.
5 for 17.
Terrible.
8 for 8 from free throws. He can make a free throw shot.
But still
I mean,
terrible.
He was 1 for 7 from threes.
Man.
He couldn't shoot the ball. He's a shooting guard. He's supposed to be able to shoot that ball, and LeBron was 0 for 7 in his first preseason game to start the season. But this isn't the first preseason game. This is the third game. Again, Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray sitting out. So it's not like we could blame, well, we get the reigning MVP playing us. So, I mean, what do you do? He didn't play. Because rightfully so. He's one of the best in the league. He doesn't need to play in the preseason, especially in a Week 3 game. Do you guys think that the fact that Chris Paul, Devin Booker are getting the most minutes, do you think that says something about them? Maybe the coach doesn't. I mean, usually the coaches at this late in the preseason, he's sitting those guys.
Yeah, I do find it a little weird that they played that many minutes.
Yeah,
and it's super upsetting that they put up those numbers and couldn't win against the Nuggets, who didn't have their top players.
Right, and I mean, we have a lot of high expectations for the Suns because the preseason was horrible, or their not postseason. Over the off season was horrible for them. They didn't sign any new players. They didn't sign any superstars. We were going to get rid of DeAndre Ayton, signed him back. So to me, that reads, okay, we were the number 1 seed last year. We can do the same thing over again with the same team. We don't need to do nothing different. So to me, that puts high expectations on the team to prove that they don't need another superstar in the mix or to get rid of one of their superstars they currently have. So I guess we'll just have to see what the Suns can do this year. I mean, a lot is riding on the season, I think, for Chris Paul at least. Devin Booker signed a big max deal. I don't think he's going nowhere.
No, definitely.
But for Paul, I mean, this is turning up the pressure this season. They're turning up the heat in the valley, I think, this season. And he certainly has the most to prove, I think, on this team. He needs to find his role, his identity back, because I don't think he's gained it back since they lost in the finals against the Bucks. Mm-hmm. I think he's had kind of an up and down type of season. Last year in the playoffs, obviously didn't go they wanted it to go, and he struggled. So we'll just have to see that when it comes.
Yeah, this is definitely the last opportunity for this Sun squad to get it done, because if they don't this time, they're gonna it's gonna break apart. It'll be a different team.
Certainly. Now, guys, jumping over to the NFL, we're Week 6, and we've seen some crazy play from some surprising quarterbacks. We've seen some kind of disappointing play from some quarterbacks like Russell Wilson, some others, Joe Burrow maybe. So, guys, let's go through our top 5. I haven't seen your guys' list. You guys haven't seen mine. Let's just do old-fashioned round robin around the table. Let's go through our top 5. Daniel, who's your top 5 quarterback in the league right now?
Right now. Number 5 is Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert. All right.
This one was the 5 spot was a fight to write down, honestly. But Justin Herbert, he's got over 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns. Chargers are doing well. I think he's up there for this first part of the season.
Oh yeah.
Number 4, Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
I don't think I need to say much about Tom Brady. He's the GOAT. He's still on the list regardless of where he's at in his career. I wanted to put Aaron Rodgers on here, but couldn't be done.
Couldn't, no.
not after they lost to the Giants too, man. But number 3, Lamar Jackson.
Number 3?
He's that high?
Having that high?
3.
Wow.
Man,
Okay.
That's crazy. All right.
Because he's the best running back in the league, too. Number 2, I think the top 2 are given, personally. Josh Allen, number 2. He's got 14 touchdowns, over 1,600 yards. He's a tank.
Mm-hmm.
He's killing it this season. Number 1, Patty Mahomes, of course, dude. Of course. He's the future GOAT.
He's amazing.
Had to put him at the top.
Amazing.
Now, do you want me to go next?
You go next, Landon.
Yeah, okay.
I know you're itching to get your top 5 now.
All right. So at number 5, I got Lamar.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put him as high as you did, because I just don't think he's that high, personally. And Andy he's also the best running back in the league, which he is, but it's a quarterback.
Yeah,
On running back,
his passing yards aren't.
his passing
quite
yards
there.
are crazy off the charts.
Yeah.
Now at number 4, I got Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
I got Jalen Hurts up there, just because I've been watching almost every game, and he's a great leader. He's a great leader. He leads his teams, and he's very smart with what he does with the ball. Now, at number 3, I have Tom Brady. Because he's the GOAT, I got to throw him up there.
He has to be.
I mean, I had to put him in top 3. He's the GOAT, in my opinion. Now, at number 2, it's easy, Josh Allen.
Okay.
And number 1 is Patty Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Sounds
Patty
about
Mahomes is obviously a number 1 pick, just because of what he can do with the ball and how he can get the ball to where it needs to be at all times. Now, Josh Allen is easy too, because he's a dog. He's a dog,
Put
dude.
the dog in him.
I mean, you don't really see quarterbacks trying to truck people and stiff arm people when they're fighting. You usually see him slide or anything like that. Josh Allen is a dog.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say he's not. Now, Sheldon.
All right, so 5, like you, I have Lamar Jackson. Now he has 12 touchdown passes this year, which is 3rd. So you can say what he is about a running quarterback, which he is. He's 8th in the league right now in rush yards.
Yeah,
for all
that's
rushers.
insane.
It's
Dude.
insane.
That's
He's the best. He's the best running quarterback I think we've ever seen. He's better than Mike Vick at running. Okay, I'm not saying he's better quarterback yet overall. He is a better running quarterback than Michael Vick because he can protect himself, and watching the game the other night against the Bengals, he's so smart when he runs the ball. He's not just running to get as many yards as he can. He runs just the way he runs to set up the next play is just perfect. And 12 touchdown passes, so he's throwing the ball just as well as running the ball. Number 4, I got Tom Brady. It was hard for me to put him on here. Just because they haven't been that great this year. They barely won some games that they should have blown the top off the game. But he has 3rd right now in pass yards with 1,400. He's the 2nd best he's only thrown 1 interception, so he's very accurate. But he's thrown 7 touchdown passes, which is, if you look at the other quarterbacks in the league, it's kind of mediocre. But again, he is the GOAT. He has the numbers to back him up for this season, so I have to put him in there. Do I think at the end of the season he's still going to be in there? Only time will tell. He's 45 years old. If he's still he's still top 5. He is a top 5 quarterback. For him to be 45 years old, it's pretty impressive. Number 3, I got Justin Herbert, who you didn't have on your list. I don't know how you don't have him on your list.
Okay.
Hold on. He's second. He's second right now in passing, almost 1,500 yards. He's thrown 10 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Now the Chargers, they haven't had the season we all thought they were going to have, but they've had so many injuries. J.C. Jackson on defense. He was a cornerback who had 7 interceptions last year, 6 the year previous with the Patriots. and he hasn't played a snap this year with the Chargers. He's a player that we all thought was going to be an immediate impact on that Chargers defense. Keenan Allen, he's hurt. The best receiver on the Chargers. Mike Williams, thankfully, has stepped up. But Keenan Allen's that team. He's the best receiver on that team. And Justin Herbert is still putting up great numbers without him, with a running back, Austin Eckler, who can catch the ball at the backfield, and Mike Williams. Those are his two best guys he can throw the ball to. Number 2, like you guys said, Josh Allen. First right now in pass yards, 1,651, 1,651. 14 touchdown passes, which is second. He also has the third highest QBR with 78.5. Now, the reason I have him at 2 is because Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league. Because you know why? Because Patrick Mahomes has proven he doesn't get beat by other guys who are considered the best. Last year in the AFC Championship, or it was an AFC quarterfinal game. Those two guys battled. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. Who came out on top? Mahomes. Now you can say, well, it's because they didn't get the ball first. Whatever. Mahomes got the ball first. He made it count. This year, Tom Brady got smoked by Patrick Mahomes in a game. It wasn't even close. And for you to smoke the GOAT, you are the GOAT right now. You are the baby GOAT of the league. And they play this weekend, Sunday. They play at 1:30, so it's not even a Sunday night primetime game. I wish it was, but I think this game will be a great game for both quarterbacks, just because they have so much to prove. And I think it's going to come down to who has a better defense in that game, because they're so similar. Now, Josh Allen, you could easily say he's the number 1 quarterback right now, because he's the MVP frontrunner. Am I right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I would.
If you look at what he's done this year so far against some teams, he's magnificent. He threw 4 touchdowns, 350 yards on Sunday in the first half. You don't see that.
Crazy.
But Patrick Mahomes this year multiple times has come back in clutch situations to win the game for the Chiefs. And that's something that Allen hasn't been able to do in his career. He's gotten blown out before in games because he doesn't possess it yet, the ability to come back in a game, win the game when they're down. You know, the Chiefs were down 20-3 against the Raiders. And I don't think anybody even doubted Mahomes' ability to come back that game. I know I said, well, it'll be close by the end of the game. Yes, it was. So, Mahomes is number 1. Just a little bit of his stats. He's thrown 1,400 yards. He's 4th. 15 touchdown passes, which is 1st. 2 interceptions, which is 4th. So those top 3 guys in the league have only thrown less than 2 interceptions. That's pretty impressive. Now, some notable misses for me. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I would say he's probably 6. Tua Tagovailoa. If he never got hurt and he continued to play, he might be in there ahead of Tom. He might be in there where Tom Brady's at, because he was having a crazy season. And that guy, you guys might hate me for this, Geno Smith. He has played well this year. He's been such a surprising quarterback. I thought his game against the Broncos was a fluke. It wasn't. He's played great all season. They're 2-3, so they haven't been able to get it done in some games. But they've had a couple shootout games that they lost. They just lost to the Saints 39-32. And Geno Smith has the highest QBR in the league. He is his completion rating is the highest in the league, and he's one of those guys that you can trust him throughout the game to be a game manager, but also a playmaker. Sometimes you don't get those both. And then also Aaron Rodgers, he has not been very good this year. He's had 3 interceptions, and their team hasn't been very good. Now he doesn't have Devontae Adams. He doesn't have his best receivers. His best receiver is Allen Lazard. Do you know who that is? I don't even know what number he wears. So that's tough for them. Again, the Bills and Chiefs play this Sunday, and I can't wait to see that game. The matchup of, I think, all of our opinions, the top 2 quarterbacks in the league. And I don't think that list will change for me. Whoever wins the game, I don't think the game rides on it. I think if the Bills win, maybe if the Mahomes plays terrible, which he doesn't do often, I still think Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, just because, I mean, he has an MVP, has a Super Bowl ring. Mahomes and Allen doesn't yet.
Throws the ball like no other.
Oh, the different angles. He's amazing. Nothing we've ever seen before. He's him.
Hey, why is Russell Wilson not there, bro?
Russell Wilson's probably not even top 10. I mean,
not even top 15.
He's been such a letdown this season. I'm a Broncos fan, and I could say so many things about him, mostly bad, which hurts because I was so excited coming into the season. But guys, that's going to wrap up our In the Big Leagues Pro Sports Report. Up next, cap or no cap, so don't go away.